Greetings again, everybody. Welcome back to another Amy's Productions entertainment video. We're going to be covering the semi-finals of the One Vision tournament. I know I should have already put this out. Just shush. I'm gonna get more coverage done because I know there were like loads of tournaments that I've missed now, so I need to get my arse into gear. However, this game, or these series of games in this video, are going to be covering the semi-finals of the One Vision tournament. As you can see, I am on Tiki Turmoil, but because it's like been loaded on the mod, some of the assets aren't loading. So you'll see like there should be statues here and on the other side of this middle path here, but you know they're not there because different mod. You know, it's a mod map, but it has a mod loaded on top of it, so not everything's going to show. But it doesn't really matter so long as the game can be played. Nobody really cares. Anyway, we have up in the top position Lumos. He's going to be playing. I think it's actually Dorito, isn't he? Dorito? Is that? I don't know. I've forgotten now. I actually did get it right. Okay, so it is Lumos, right. I just got confused there, because I thought Lumos was playing as the Scrin. But anyway, we do have Dorito up in the top position, playing as a red GDI. I'm just going to make sure of that once again. It is Dorito. Yeah, it is Dorito. Okay. No, it's Lumos, isn't it? Fuck. Lumos, fine, whatever. Oh god, that's a terrible introduction. Lumos is in the red, on the top position, playing as a red GDI. And we've got Dorito in the bottom, playing as I keep wanting to call this Lumos and this Dorito, because it definitely isn't. That's what I want to do. That's what my head says it is. But look, it's not. Dorito is the blue, and Lumos is the red. Oh yeah, because I got it mixed up. Anyway, right. This is Dorito. He's playing as a Scrin. Forgive me. My mind's not right. I mean, it is like 9 o'clock at the night, and I probably should be asleep right now. But anyway, let's check again. Lumos as red. Lumos red, Dorito blue. Lumos red, Dorito blue. Okay, cool. Lumos is going to be putting his rifleman down at the bottom here. Apologies. I'll get into gear eventually. Just gotta get this out of my head. Dorito is going to be getting some Seekers out. A good first unit to start off with, but he will need to transition to something stronger pretty quickly. We've got Viscerants coming out, and that's probably from Dorito, actually. Yeah, they're getting slaughtered by that one watchtower there. Probably it's just for scouting, and he sees that Dorito's actually gone for... Actually, Lumos has gone for the refinery here. And as you notice, like there's GDI. If you didn't know about the One Vision mod, let's quick clarification. This is RRF. That's the official name of the faction is RRF, and that's meant to be the GDI of One Vision. And this is Messenger 8. This is going to be the Scrin of the faction of the mod, because you know the main faction names have changed, but the sub factions stay the same. I thought that's kind of odd, but you know, at least it's not too hard remembering every name. So more Seekers coming out. I would have probably paired some Gunwalkers with that, but like it's incredibly early. He has gone for a lot of eco. Dorito going for 4 harvesters on the bottom field. Oh, 5 harvesters. Yeah, that one's just come from God knows where. I don't really know where that just appeared from, but there we go. We've got 5 harvesters on the bottom field. That is the optimal amount of harvesters, in case you don't know. 2 refineries, 5 harvesters for basically every game, unless the mod changes it like too much, like for storage capacity or anything, but I don't know if you could do that. We do have 3 harvesters and 2 refineries up at the expansion, so that's pretty good economy-wise. And we do, wow, a little sneaky Seeker squad going around the edge there, and they will be trying to do something. I mean, I don't really know what they can do, because they're quite weak compared to the Predator tanks, but they are quite quick, so I'm pretty sure he'll be able to get a good view of the base. Yeah, there we go. So quite a lot of APCs and tanks going to be trying to fend those Seekers off, but Dorito, I believe, has actually gotten a lot of information here, and I swear to God, I'm very sure it's not wrong. I swear it is not wrong. So yeah, Dorito has gotten a lot of information, I think. Yeah, okay. And he's gone through. He's actually managed to kill a harvester with those Seekers. That's pretty impressive, because Seekers are notoriously bad at killing harvesters. But he got one of them. It forces Lumos to sell one of his war factories, and that allows allows Dorito to push up towards the left side, and he will be killing some infantry with disintegrators. I mean, he doesn't have any buzzers on hand. He just uses disint, which is fine. As long as the APCs just like stay over there, it's quite fine. It gives the dissents free experience, which is really what you need. We got some, wow, the Seekers are really causing some havoc right down the front lines of this base here. The War Factory just getting a bit of action here with all the vehicles, quite a few vehicles going down from both sides, but Dorito will be losing that foothold. I mean, it wasn't really his to keep. He was just trying to have a look around, you know, just a frenzy mosey over, not at all trespassing, but it seems that Lumos has got him pretty angry, and he's probably going to be trying to put out like a restraining order on Dorito, but we'll see what happens afterwards, because that may not be the case. Oh, okay. Oh, alright. Wow. That's a pretty aggressive push coming from Lumos over here, and I think, wow, and yeah, that's funny. Dorito has not gotten anything. That's surprising. Where did all these units go? Like, he has nothing. Absolutely nothing. He only has this one tripod, and Lumos has just gone out all of these Scorpion tanks and APCs with AP ammo, mind you, so he's just going to be shredding everything. Stasis shield goes up, but that's definitely not going to do anything, because he's not going to get any units out. As you can see, he's trying to get more tripods out, but he should be going for quantity more than like power. So getting these tripods out are basically useless. Lumos is going to swarm these tripods, and they're going to go down pretty easily. He needs to get some Seekers out, or maybe some Devourer tanks, but I think Devourer tanks will still take quite a long time to, you know, finish being made. But oh no, rear damage here. Oh dear, that's a lot. Oh, and a cheeky EMP goes off as well. I think that was Dorito's EMP. I don't actually know where it is, but I'm not even going to try and find it. Lumos clearly is going to win this. I mean, he has an overwhelming force coming into the base. That's an overwhelming force. Before you correct me, I've just realised what I said. Apologies. But yeah, the tier 3 goes down. The rest of the base is going to be disintegrated over by Lumos' giant force here. You know, the cannon shells and the Ripperoni bullets are just going to tear through these structures, and that's going to be it. Although one of the tripods have gotten an upgrade, but that's not enough, because he only has one of them at hand at the moment, so, you know, it's not going to be enough to deal with all of this mess that Lumos has made for him. And there we go, Dorito's gone. That was an incredibly aggressive push. Yeah, I think you know, it didn't really work for Dorito, because I think he went tier 3 too early, maybe. Or maybe he just, you know, used too much of his money to go and scout. Depends, I don't know, because Lumos already had, like, 2 war factories going at the same time. Maybe 3, but I didn't see a third one. I only saw 2, one on each field. He could have rebuilt the second one or made a third one, but he had a lot of units going. He had a lot of stuff being made, and Dorito really didn't. Lumos making the right choice, being aggressive there, and it really paid off, because Dorito was just focusing on that tech and lost quite a bit. I mean, to be honest, in some respects it was rather close, because if Dorito had a few more tripods, like only a couple more, then perhaps it would have been better, because then they would have gotten the upgrades and potentially just demolished the entire attacking force of Lumos if it got to that stage. But as it stands, no, Dorito just absolutely lost it, and that's game 1 to Lumos. So I'm going to get these names right, and we're going to go to the second game. Moving on Tournament Arena for the second game in this video here, we have Lumos going to be going as an RRF faction. In fact, he's going to be continuing that from the last game. Going to be a red colour like last time, and the same can be said for Dorito, continuing as the blue Messenger 8 of Scrin, and he's going to be in the bottom position with a couple of buzzards coming from some kind of infantry structure. I believe he did sell a couple of buzzer hives and then proceeded to put them over here, but I think they were killed. And we see that the engineer of Lumos has captured the Tiberium Spike, as well as Dorito. I almost called you incorrectly, lol. He captured his Tiberium Spike as well. So they should be getting like the same amount of resources at the same time. You know, because sometimes if you capture it first, you get more resources because there's a longer amount of time that you've got that spike in your ownership, sort of thing. But that's what I'm saying. They basically capture it at the same time, so there's not really a huge advantage. We see the Gun Walker coming out for Dorito. He does spot the Rifleman squad, and whoa, they get annihilated. I've never seen a Gun Walker just stomp over an infantry squad that quickly. It must have upped the fire rate or something. That I see is the major change of Gun Walkers in this mod, because that was amazing. I want to see that again. We do have a Rifleman squad coming from Lumos. Going to be going down to the bottom. Oh, the buzzers are going to catch it right on the nose there. Oh wait, no they don't, yeah, because they're not being microed through, so they're a lot easier to destroy. The construction yard from Lumos is going to be moving up to the second Tiberium spike, and we do have a power plant coming up from that expansion of Doritos side of the map, and he's probably going to be putting down a refinery soon. There comes a portal though. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing exactly. He's going to be having some disintegrators, which is a fair choice indeed. That's going to be the anti-vehicle unit. We do have some Seekers coming out there. Well, yeah, a couple of Seekers at the moment. Oh, 3 Seekers, but he has stopped production, so at least he isn't going to be wasting too much money. He does have a few more units, so they're going to be going to the base now. They've got a Rifleman squad coming up from the left side, and they're going to be encountering this giant force from... Well, actually, it's not that big, but the force from Dorito, and that Rifleman squad's going to get slaughtered. It gives Lumos a few seconds to try and prepare, but that one tank will not do anything, and the harvesters will have to be retracted, and this is where Lumos has to try and figure out a way to deal with all of this. Watchtower does go up, and the Predator tank, almost called it a Scorpion tank, will be dealing with the vehicles here, so there's a nice placement of anti-infantry and anti-vehicle units. None of the harvesters go down. Actually, no, incorrect. One of the harvesters do go down just before the vehicles are destroyed. The Seekers, heavily damaged, are going to be going past the Watchtower, dealing some damage to it, but none of them are going to be killing it. And the great thing about Watchtowers, they can fire over structures, so... You know, the vehicles are going to get more damage done to them than they normally would if it was like a different defense. But Predator tanks really doing some work against these vehicles. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we do have some more forces being built. Well, we do have a couple of extractors made as well. So more resources will be coming in from the Tiberium field to the north a little bit more. So yeah, he's going to be getting more resources. I mean, there's only one. Oh, yeah, there were 2. I was to say, I was about to say there was only 1 because that's what I immediately saw. But he should be transitioning into tier 3 extremely soon. There we go. I think he's just starting to build it now because that's a pretty slow progress bar there. Lumos straight on the attack here, but he will be coming across some disintegrators, so not the best time to attack. Although he has got quite a few tanks on his disposal, and most of the units of Dorito have gone up towards near the Tiberium spike of Lumos, which is quite a strange decision. He's just seen all the units are piling up on the front line, and I think this is going to be a very similar result, comparing this to the first game, where Lumos is just going to get a lot of tier 1 units, going to bundle them together, upgrade the APCs, and send them on their way to Dorito's base. And that's going to be very, very embarrassing. No more, like Dorito, if this happens again, you've got to question exactly why you're letting this happen. I mean, it is probably going to be here for a decent reason, but it looks like, yeah, it's the same at the moment. It's the same exact thing. He's sending Lumos is just base walking with tier 1 units to the Dorito's base, and Lumos does not have enough. I mean, he has a few units, but they're descends, and they're piled all over with the APCs, so they just get demolished. We do have some Devourer tanks, but they won't do anything, because there are too many tanks here. You need more descents, you need to get them on the ground and put them with the vehicles, but it doesn't look like he's able to get that. There just isn't any time. I don't exactly know why there's a lack of units. We do have a stasis field going up, but without any units, it's going to be pretty much useless, because you're not going to capitalize on the fact that those units are frozen and the others are not. It comes as a tripod, but I don't think that's the best choice, to be honest. He should have just gone from tier 1. I mean, you know, you could just, like, keep it there and potentially just squish these units over here. But, no, that doesn't happen. Here comes another base defense, but that's just going to get slaughtered. And I think Lumos has the second game in the bag. He has, yeah, he really looks strong at this point. 2 war factories out the front line. They're going to be swarming the portal. Actually gets that destroyed. More APCs and Predator tanks going to be joining the fray at the moment. Trying to guard those war factories. And the tripods is just trying to go around the bottom, trying to poke at, like, the defenseless angles. But at no point are they actually able to go in. Oh, and they're going to be having their backs to the units. Yikes. That's a big amount of money down the drain there. Well, it seems that Lumos has actually won the second game. That's pretty embarrassing. That's like twice that this has happened now. Exactly the same way. I think Lumos is pretty confident that he's able to just continually do this for every game. He might want to switch it up because, you know, the more times you do the same thing, the higher the chance that your opponent's going to predict what you're going to do. But still, if this has happened twice in a row, that's pretty good. I don't know if he's going to be doing it for the 3rd time, but, like, wow, 3 war factories. That tells you how confident he is, because look, he's got Dorito's got nothing left. I don't even know why he's still in this game, because he can't actually build another MCV to rebuild his entire base, because there's nothing. There is actually nothing. And he's got a tech lab, but he's got no resources because the tip's dry. So I honestly don't know what he's doing. I don't know why Lumos isn't moving into the kill either. That's a bit weird. I don't know whether he's showing off. Yeah, look at him. Look at him building that line of units, taking his time to orchestrate that lovely little line, saying that I own this area, you can't stop me, my dude. But yeah, now he's moving in. He's decided that he's kind of fed up with it, and he's just going to end it. Oh, I thought we were going to be here for ages, but apparently not, which is good news. So there you go, 2-0 for Lumos. Lumos is taking the lead by quite a distance, and I don't think he's going to be stopping anytime soon. Dorito really does need to try and do something massively different with his playstyle or something, if he can try and claw this back, because I'm quite confident that Lumos is going to stick with RRF, because it seems at the moment he's had massive success from it. It's like two of the same strategy, well, the same strategy twice, and he's won both games pretty easily, so I don't know, it's not looking great for Dorito at the moment, but we'll see in a second with this third game. Okay, hello, welcome back after those second or two, that tiny gap in between. We do have a game. Oh goodness, got building wind already. We have a game on tournament no poker. There's a tournament decision no poker, and what it means by that is that the tip spikes are, in fact, they have a tip spike at either end of the map. Usually, I think the tip spikes are like down here at the bottom of the map, but now they've been moved up towards over here. But the no poker layout of a map is more apparent than something like Tournament Dust Bowl, I believe, where the Tiberium spikes are in the middle of the map. They're actually vertically halfway up, so each player has got the same distance towards both spikes. It just makes it fairer. It makes it easier for one player to be guaranteed one spike at each side instead of having to fight over it. But instead, you know, that could also be a good thing because it encourages a little bit more competitive play. But anyway, that's besides the point. We have in the top position Lumos going to be playing as an RRF faction. As the RRF. I need to stop saying it like that. And we have Dorito playing as Messenger 8. And I'm kind of thinking that I'm not exactly sure if this is the case because I didn't go read the rules before I jumped into these replays. You know, just proceeded to dive into these games because, you know, I would say that if you've lost 2 games with the same faction, you should have changed. But I think because that's the reason why he's staying with this faction is because the rules say you can only pick one faction and that is it for the set. Which could be the case. I mean, I didn't actually read the rules, so that's obviously a fault on my part, but that is probably a good reason why he hasn't changed. Unless he's incredibly confident with the faction, but, you know, that seems kind of intuitive because he lost twice in the first 2 games. He should have changed, but the rules probably say that, nope, you can't change faction once you've set it, so no. So yeah, both factions, they're probably going to be the same for like all the games that are going to be showcased today. Oh, Pibble's going straight by a Gunwalker. That's pretty problematic. He's probably going to be losing that one unit. Lumos going straight in with those quick vehicles, going to be scouting out the base here. Lumos been pretty aggressive this game. Yeah, it looks like he's quite confident with RRF. We're going to be having a Gunwalker. He's going to be trampling over this Rifleman squad. And a lot of harvesters on the main field. 3 refineries to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 harvesters. So obviously 2 harvesters to each refinery. A couple of Predator tanks from Lumos coming out. Going to be dealing with that Gunwalker over there. And we have a pile of Seekers on the left side of the map. Near the ramp towards the Tiberium spike on Dorito's side of the map. They're probably going to be going around the outside. I mean, the way I like it, what I like about this map is that you can take multiple routes. Like, on the very outside, the very edge of the map, there are some routes that you can take, which aren't necessarily, you know, frequently scouted. So you won't necessarily know if someone's going to be coming around this path, for example. And you sometimes can get surprised, and that's quite cool. And also, these hills have 2 ways to go to the top of it, like from the person's base over here and from the middle of the map over here, so it's also pretty good. There's a lot of, it seems at first glance there's only like 2 lanes, which is the bottom lane down here and the top one over here, but there's actually quite a lot of little paths that go everywhere, and that's what I like about this map. It also gives you a variety of things to look at as well. I mean, I like this little village here, or this little town in the middle, but That's not what we're here for. We're here for some epic Among Us action. We've got some Predator tanks going down to the bottom. We're going to be probably seeing an expansion coming from Lumos. He's not going to be too aggressive at the moment. Oh, never mind. Okay, aggressive on the tech. Yeah, he's going straight to Juggernaut. Okay. So, and Firehawks, right, okay. So if he's going to be going now, what is going to be Dorito's response? Oh, no. He's probably thinking that Lumos is going to be doing exactly the same as he did last time. And in response, Doritos made a load of disintegrators because he thinks that, oh, they're going to be loads of APCs and Predators. Wrong! There come the Firehawks coming in, and they're going to be landing a bombing run on the target. He's looking for a tech structure. There's the stasis chamber gone. Oh, and the nerve center! Yikes! What a double kill that is. That is amazing. Also killed the shock troopers that were going to come out of that stasis chamber, but they got killed by the second Firehawk. That is a huge amount of damage done, actually. If he can get the tech center, which I'm probably sure he saw as the Firehawks were going back, that is huge. That's going to be a huge amount of damage done. Obviously, we've got one Juggernaut up and running at the moment. We do also have some zone troopers going to be coming out of that barracks there, so we're probably going to be seeing a huge variety of tech units going to be on the battlefield there. A lot of disintegrators also in the middle of the map. I'm not too sure what Doritos wanting to do with them, but it's probably going to be like a mad dash for the harvesters, I would assume. Oh, he's going to go around where all the units are. Yikes. Okay, never mind. I thought they were going to be a nice surprise for Lumos, but it turns out not, because the Predators are going to see them. Oh wait, they already know they're there, because now they're backing up into the base. Oh dear. But it does give Doritos some time to get the tripods out. I mean, I think that he's already got an upgrade for them, which is the negative energy lance. Of course, that does increase damage on Devourer tanks and tripods, and that will help in the fight against all these vehicles here. But obviously, the Firehawks are still in the air. They will be a problem, and I keep thinking there's a blue. There's a blue here. On the minimap. I swear there is, unless that's the scorch mark. But I don't know. That must just be me. Anyway, the Firehawks coming in for that bombing run on the tech center. It will happen. That 1AA turret will do nothing, and obviously, we do have Dorito not selling that tech center, because that would have been the smart thing to do. Yes, he would have lost it either way, but at least he would have gotten basically his money back from that. Tripods are doing some work, but not quite enough. If he had another one, it probably would have really been good. Although, as I say that, I don't think he needs it. Now he's going to go straight to the harvesters, one of the refineries being sold over there. If he can get over to the airfield, that would really be helpful for him. He'd be able to deny air support for a bit, be able to rebuild the tech center, and then obviously he can just make more tripods and then win the game that way. And I think he's going to do just that. The Firehawks are going to come in though. Tech center from Lumos is going to be sold. There goes the airfield, and quite a few harvesters have been destroyed. Wow, it looks like he's gotten a lot of damage done on there. MCV is still alive. Lumos, however, getting that Marv out. That is very important. This could potentially be the comeback that he needs. If he can pack up his MCV and move it, obviously. Put a power plant down, pack the MCV, move it, then keep it alive while the Marv does damage to the base. That'll be great, because at the moment Dorito can't really make any new units. He's wanting his focus is on his enemy's base. So you know, obviously, yeah, he'll be bombing. He's bombed a power plant. Dorito isn't looking too great on the base at the moment, and now his attention is going to be divided. But he's mainly going to be on this force. He's not going to be on the base. Although, as I say that, yeah, okay. So I think he's found out about the Marv now, so he's probably worrying quite a bit. But the base is still here. We have got a construction yard here, and he's rushing to get some power plants up to try and power up this sonic emitter and hopefully get an airfield out, because that would be quite a big yikes if he lost these Firehawks. But here we go. We've got the units from Dorito coming down from the top right of the map, and they just slaughter those Firehawks. He thought that he didn't actually be able to get there. I'm pretty sure he realised that he wasn't able to get an airfield out in time, so he's well just sacrificed them. Because they're useless anyway. And the tripod's hammering on that base there. That Marv needs to be defending, and there it is, coming back. Sonic emitter now being powered up, going to be decimating those gunwalkers, and the rest of Dorito's force is going to be eliminated. However, I was about to say, however, this construction yard looks like it's going to go down, and in fact, actually, it really is. I think it's going to get it. That's going to be huge. If he can get it, oh my god, if he can get that power plant, that'll be it. Oh, dude, that is amazing. This is clutch right now. This is absolute clutch right now. I don't think Lumos... Actually, I don't know. Lumos may be able to defend against this, but that's only just. Like, Dorito, all he needs to do is put everything on that one power plant, and Lumos is out. It really is. But that one Sonic Emitter and that Marv can just kill all the forces, kill everything, and then he can just send the Marv in. I don't know. This actually looks really close. I mean, it's a shame that he doesn't have any air forces. He's just like, stop making ground forces, go air, go Storm Riders, because there's no anti-air at all. So we should just go Storm Riders, because he still has a construction yard as far as I'm... There we go, there goes the gravity stabilizer. That should be it. That should be game over now. I'm pretty sure that that one rifleman is heroic, and he's roaring on that husk. Bless him. But yeah, I think that's it. That's it for Lumos. That was pretty close, to be honest. But those Storm Runners are just going to absolutely demolish this power plant over here, because there's absolutely nothing else that's on the map here. That was pretty good. I will say GDs to both players there. That was a good match. But yeah, Storm Raiders are going to come out. I mean, well, I shoot. There we go. And they're going to be demolishing that power plant. So yeah, Lumos put up a pretty good fight. But I thought at the beginning that Dorito was actually going to lose that engagement, because he trained a lot of disintegrators, which to me looks like he was preparing for another attack like the first two games. But because it changed, he would have wasted a lot of money. But it looks like he actually made a pretty good comeback. I think it's because, you know, it's mainly because Lumos went tech. Would have been good. Juggernauts didn't really do very much. Because the tripods just came in. Dorito had just enough tripods to clear out all those Predator tanks and demolish Lumos' entire base. So, there you go. But other than that, yeah, it was a pretty good game, honestly. And obviously, the construction yard from Dorito going to be moving away as the Marv just hammers on that base. There comes the third Storm Rider just, and that will be doing more damage than the power plant can repair. So it will be a loss for Lumos just. But yeah, it didn't really look like a good game for Dorito at the beginning, but he really did make a good comeback, which I'm quite proud of. So he does actually win a game under his belt. And for the series, it looks like he's climbing up slowly. Let's hope this continues, and he should be able to surpass Lumos. But you know, who knows what will happen the next game? All right, game number 4. Yeah, this is going to be game number 4 now. So hold on to your seats, my dude. This is going to get crazy. Okay, this is going to be the 4th game in the 7 or 8 games. I don't know. I didn't actually check to count. Anyway, this is going to be another game. It definitely is the 4th game. We've already had Tiki Turmoil, Tournament Arena, and obviously we've just experienced Tournament Tournament Decision No Poker. So this is going to be the 4th game on Tournament Odyssey, and yes, that is right, we do have Confessor Cabals, and that is going to be, oh my god, are they both Black Hand? No, okay, that's weird. Alright. Alright, I thought this was the bottom. I automatically thought this was the bottom. But anyway, this is going to be Lumos playing as a green Black Hand. Well, it is not in fact green. That is a red Black Hand. You see, they really need to update the SPM textures for the construction yard, because that's incredibly confusing. SPM, for those, I'm being like a technical person here. The SPM texture, just a quick lesson, is to tell the game like where to put the faction colors. So as you can see, like the top of the glass here and this glass over here, that's the SPM changing the color of the structure. But that's green for some reason. I don't know why it's green. It shouldn't be green, because that's very confusing. But anyway, it is a red Black Hand indeed. And on the bottom we have Dorito sticking with Messenger 8. And yeah, this is going to be on Tournament Odyssey, which I think is a very good PvP map. It's honestly one of my favourites. It's very balanced, I would say. And wow, yeah, here we go. And I just realised, Black Hand, the memes are going to come. You know how the CNC games, I mean, it probably are all RTS games, but CNC games definitely, because of my experience, they always emphasise tank spam. Or not emphasise, but they do kind of support it. You know, this mod enhances that, because Black Hand does have 2 DPS upgrades for the Scorpion tanks, which I think is kind of insane, on top of the Purifying Flame. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that, because Black Hand was already pretty good. I don't think Scorpion tanks need 2 DPS upgrades, but you'll see in a second, because it's kind of insane. So, like, early game, if you get enough Scorpion tanks out, you can just go tier 3 and just use 2 DPS upgrades and just spam them to hell. and then, you just destroy your opponent. That little attack didn't really work. It was also meant to be something to chip away at the structure. Not really a massive attack, not a proper one, but, it almost cost him a power plant. Almost cost Dorito a power plant. Didn't quite, though. But he will be using some money to repair it. I don't really know how effective that is, but we'll see later in the game. I don't think it will be that effective. So here we go. Look, the Scorpion tank, as you can see, auto-loader, increases rate of fire, and consecrated shells. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. This one is directly increasing the damage. This one is increasing fire rate, but together it's basically 2 damage upgrades, because you're doing more damage per second. But yeah, Scorpion tanks, I don't even know why they put 2 of them. They could have just, tuned some of the other upgrades or made a new unit, but I suppose it's more awkward to do that, because it is modding and there's only a limited thing. It's very limited. That there is a plugin for Blender that you can make new models and stuff, but that isn't too reliable because it can mess up the animations. It's not quite good, but it's good for generals, but not quite as good for Kane's Wrath Riddler 3, something like that. But yeah, generals, it really does do quite well. However, I am massively sidetracking here. Just a bit of modding facts for you, just in case you were curious. Because I try and still mod the game, just not as excessively anymore because it's a massive headache to do. Yeah, we do have quite a few Scorpion tanks coming down here. We've got a base defense coming from Dorito. He's going to be nicely fending away the Scorpion tanks from Lumos with his own descents. And they're going to be going around 3 squads of them anyway. Going to be going around the right side. Probably going to be sniping away some vehicles, maybe some harvesters when they come up to the main... Tiberium Field. Right. Oh, yeah, Tiberium Field. That's what I was trying to say there. Yeah, there's a lot of Scorpion tanks here. I'm pretty sure he's going to be going for the double upgrade, because that's usually what you do as Black Hand. They are incredibly strong in the early game. Give me a second. I'm just trying to rub my eyes at the same time. Oh. Yeah, they're incredibly strong in the early game. And against Scrin, they're not as great, but if you compare them with a great anti-infantry unit like a Venom, oh man, they just become a force to be reckoned with. They really, really do. So obviously, yes, we do have Scorpion tanks to the other war factory. And as you can see, we do have the tech lab coming on. There are the autoloaders, and the second upgrade will be coming any second now. So yeah, the Scorpion tanks are going to get a massive damage boost. And Dorito, I'm not actually sure what exactly the good counter is, apart from air. Air is like a hard counter, but that is quite expensive, as far as I'm aware. And we do have shields on the units, which would help against this tanks, but they're not great. Seekers aren't too good at killing other vehicles, so that they probably would be replaced by Devourer tanks. That would be my read there, but if you have enough of them, because they are surrounded by I would say surrounded by disintegrators. They're not really, but they do have some disintegrators. Oh, and they're reversing into the tanks as well. That's a big yikes. Takes more damage from the rear, but it seems like the Scorpion tanks are being pushed back towards the left side, so that's going to be giving Dorito a little bit more time. Oh, and he's had to sell a couple of the defenses here. Something was going off near the war factory, but it seems whatever was happening has now been dealt with. Obviously, the disintegrators almost getting one of those Tiberium spikes. Actually, very close to getting one of them, but not quite. So we do have Lumos still getting the 20 Tiberium a second. The forces of Dorito are going to be going back down the ramp. He's going to be trying to regroup the forces. I don't know how quickly he's going to be able to do this. He's also letting the Seeker go because, it's not going to be too great if he keeps it around. It also gives him a little bit of damage as the Scorpion tanks go past. I mean, there's also a lot more Seekers. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad he isn't switching to... I'm glad he isn't switching to tripods at the moment, because that would really slow down his production, and he needs the numbers to, try and compete against the numbers of Lumos. And wow, Dorito even go for the capture point on the Tiberium expansion. But he's also getting the upgrade for the Seekers, which would be the Dissolver Warp Ray Cannon, which is a damage upgrade, I believe. So he's going to be doing a little bit more damage, and that will probably make a massive difference to the overall DPS of forces that he'll make. Like the forces over, that one over there, would massively multiply, and would push Lumos back a little bit. Hopefully preventing him from coming directly into the base and causing carnage, but, you know, who knows what could happen. We do have another Hand of Nod going up. The infantry is being decimated as we speak, but there are lots of Confessor Cabals and Straditors going up at the moment, and he's also probably, he's going to be getting a couple of Harvester kills. A little bit of a win there, but they can be easily rebuilt. I don't even know where all the Scorpion tanks have gone. Oh, they've gone to the right side. Oh yeah, this is going to be pretty bad. Maybe not so. Oh, I don't even know what that was. That was pretty interesting. And there's also a Mastermind on the field, which I don't quite know what he's doing with that. I mean, it's not a prodigy or anything, but it could be good. I think he's probably trying to use that for tech units, but the occasional tank wouldn't hurt, and he's having to keep it alive. He's not even using it once, which I think is a bit funny. Oh, the Scorcher Buggy coming in. No, you're going to lose your Mastermind. Your Mastermind. My dude, what are you doing? Kill it. Oh, dude. Oh, you didn't lose it. Wow, that was lucky. I'm surprised that the buggy... There we go. I was about to say the price of the buggy retargeted there. That would have been a massive loss. Because, yeah, you didn't even use that Mastermind once. So I don't think that was a particularly good decision to make. We do have an attack coming from Dorito on Lumos's first expansion. Most of the Harvesters getting absolutely demolished here. Quite a few full loads going down as well. The Scorcher Buggies there, not really doing very much. And we do have units coming out of there. Probably some militant rocket squads. Or the... what did they call in the One Vision mod? I've forgotten the name of them. But it will come to me when I see them. Rockington Doctrine. There you go. As you can see, Rockington Doctrine. Yeah, okay. So that's what they're actually called. But in the main game, they're called Militant Rocket Squads. But yeah, Rockington Doctrine. Very good name. I'll happily use that name to differentiate between the two units. So yeah, quite a few Seekers. Pretty scattered on this second expansion here. And we do have Dorito having to move his MCB towards the second Tiberian field. Mostly leaving this base behind, but I think he's pretty confident they can hold it, but I'm not too sure about this play here because a lot of the structures here are defenseless. He's moving his entire stockpile over here. I don't know. I mean, the tech structures are here, and again, he's put the nerf center and the stasis chamber together. I don't exactly know why, considering last time they got bombed to smithereens. He's probably safe. He believes he's safe because he's not. His opponent's not GDI, but I definitely wouldn't do that. I still wouldn't do that at all. Another Mastermind coming out. Let's see if he'll use the second one. I'm pretty sure he won't, but who knows? He could change his mind. And we do have Descent and Seekers coming out of there. He's not really trained anything else. I mean, I don't see any Devourer tanks. That would have been very useful, but, you know, I think he's pretty comfortable with this, as long as he's got the upgrades and stuff. And it also, you know, he's committed to putting the upgrades on the Seekers, so it does also make a little bit more sense that he's training them in favor of Devourer tanks. But, yeah, they're actually doing a pretty good job, actually, even with the... Leeches, are they? Yeah, the Leeches. They're being paired with the Seekers and the Disruptors, which are the Disintegrators, because the Disruptors are a completely different unit. But here come all the infantry. Ooh, yeah, some nice red flares on there. And obviously they're not heroic or anything, but they do a lot of damage to those Seekers. So he's going to need to quickly change up his forces, which I don't know if he's going to be able to do in time, because there's quite a few units pressuring his base. I honestly don't think it'll be too long before that base gets absolutely demolished. Here comes more raided buggies and more infantry. Yeah, I really think that Lumos is going to be winning this game. He's also going to be simultaneously attacking the second expansion as well up here, and his main base. I think Dorito is pretty much done for. We've got some Mecha Piece coming out, which would have been useful, but it might be just too late. I mean, he is building some segments right now, getting some toxin segments and stuff like that. They're really good against vehicles. I do know that. I'm not exactly sure how they're good against infantry, but I think, you know, they're not great. You know, I thought he would have made some buzzers or something, but against Black Hand, you really can't do very much against infantry that has Purifying Flame and all that with the anti-infantry and anti-vehicle. It takes so little effort after you got those upgrades. It's so easy sometimes. But yeah, I think he's going to have to leave the base behind and go move up here. But even so, it's going to be pretty much useless as Lumos' forces move into the expansion and Dorito goes bye-bye on this game. So yeah, it was quite a drawn-out battle, but I didn't really see too much unit composition. It was pretty easy for Lumos to change the way he was using his units to combat the Seekers. Like, he went all infantry, when he saw all the Seekers, and the fact that Dorito kept making Seekers, which I think was a big mistake on his part, because if Dorito changed the units again, it would have kept the unit's composition changing all the time. But it was a pretty easy win for Lumos once he knew what Dorito was doing. I don't know. I mean, could have been a different reason why he would have gone Seekers and stuck with them. I mean, he did put some upgrades on them, but thought he would have, put some different units in there. But anyway, that is game 4 done. We'll be going on to game 5, and we'll see what the map is when we get there. And this is the map that both of these players are going to be playing their games on. It is indeed Tournament Highlands, and this is one of the best maps to pardon me, sorry about that, to see finals and stuff like that, which, to be honest, it is kind of suiting, because this is the semi-finals, and that generally is where things get really exciting. Like, I've seen plays by Crush coming into the middle with Master Leaf on the other side or something, and they're both battling it out, and they've got their super units and giant forces over there, and he's also building a base while attacking the enemy at the same time, and they're all in close proximity. It's all really good. This map, brilliant for big scale battles, usually should be reserved for semi-finals and finals, which is why it's in this place. It's in the semi-finals. But anyway, done with the history lesson. Let's introduce the players. We have Dorito still going with Messenger 8, I believe. Yeah, I'll just say it's Messenger 8 because I'm pretty sure it is. If I can just, yeah, Messenger 8, okay. So it is in fact Messenger 8. This is Dorito on the right side of the map. Going to be playing as Messenger 8, as I've said, and we're going to be having Lumos. I almost said Dorito. Going to be having Lumos playing as the red Black Hand yet again. It seems, wow, Dorito really is confident on Messenger 8, but he doesn't seem like he's doing very well with it, because he's lost 3 games to 1. Concerning, the win-loss ratio is 1-3, which isn't great, because, well, it just isn't it? It's kind of self-explanatory, but it seems like he really enjoys playing this faction. I thought he would have changed, but we'll see how well he does in this game. He could actually gain another point, so it could be neck and neck, which is what I'm hoping for. I don't want to be too one-sided to either of these players, but they both do a pretty good job anyway. Oh, and obviously Lumos going for the cheeky Reckoner Rush, which does have a couple of Flame Hand squads in there. So, because he's put that out now, let's analyse where would be the best place to put it. Obviously, if he at all manages to get it into the base, if he puts it around here, that would be phenomenal. He can get the Wolf Factory, those 2 power plants, and the drone platform. Obviously, could move the drone platform away, but that would still put reconstruction of the base on pause because of it being up in the air. It would slow down his production overall and his teching up, his upgrades and everything, and that would be pretty huge. So if he puts it there, that'd be great. But we'll see. I mean, it don't even know where the Reckoner even is. Oh, it's over the bottom apparently, and it is being chased by Seekers. Oh no! Oh, so Dorito has actually gotten the recon that he needs, and he does actually see that Reckoner, which means that he's assuming that it was going to be a rush. Now it's going to be I can't really call it a rush. It's not even a bum rush. It's just a bum, isn't it? But we do have the MCV going to the second expansion here to this field, and he's going to be putting down a couple of refineries. More Scorpion tanks going to be going out, so I'm assuming because this rush failed, we do have Scorpion tanks with their upgrades that are going to be built eventually, and he's going to be transitioning into that and slaughtering the base. Obviously, an old man like me is unable to keep up with such delicate plays. But anyway, enough with the drama. The Reckoner again going to be making a move down through the bottom, and I think he's going to be seen by these Seekers. There's no way he's not going to be seen by these Seekers. Dorito is going to be getting that. Oh, why are you stopping? Why are you? I'm going to take a picture. I'm sorry. I've got to take a. No, never mind. Never mind. Missed opportunity. I'll take one here though. I mean, I was going to take it because they were all in a line, but I missed that opportunity, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, this is just that's a very bad play, and yeah, that could have been executed a lot better, but unfortunately didn't actually make it to his required destination. And the Black Hand squad's demolishing these vehicles. If that's wow, that Buzzer Hive didn't appear just then, he would have gotten 2 kills there. That is amazing. They are pretty strong. Wow. And here comes some more infantry with a couple of rocket and doctrine and confessor squads demolishing one of the... Oh, the Buzzard actually gets all of the rocket and doctrine. That's amazing. And we do have the Seekers as well defending the refinery at the same time. So that does push Lumos back a little bit, but he will be quickly regrouping with tanks and more infantry from the structures at his main base. He's putting down a tier 2 structure and another war factory. So now he's at 2 war factories. Probably going to be spamming out more tanks after he's put down some harvesters for the expansion over there. And I do believe that he's going to be transitioning into Tech 3, as in the Tech Lab, pretty shortly. I don't really know, I've not really seen many Black Hand players on One Vision go for Tech Tier 3, because there just really isn't any need to. Tier 1 and Tier 2 can just do you just fine, unless it does actually develop into a situation where your opponent does have Tier 3, and they do have that firepower advantage, and you desperately need to get that to, upgrade your own firepower as well, so they don't fall behind that way. But otherwise, it's just not really needed, because Tier 1 and Tier 2 are pretty powerful for Black Hand. It's a very easy faction to play, I would say. But Messenger A really tearing through the Scorpion tanks, although Lumos making a quick comeback with those upgrades there. One of the upgrades, obviously you see the auto-loader does actually get put on, and the Seekers just get demolished. No upgrades for the Seekers, though, which I think is a bit sad. Anyway, the expansion coming from Dorito will be a little fruitful for him. He probably will be putting down a tier 3 any moment at the moment. Or actually, yeah, I think I don't know if that's a tier 3. That looks a little too fast for tier 3. Yeah, there's the stasis chamber. Again, putting it near the nerve center, but at least it isn't right next to it. I'll have to say that. Yeah, we do have some Seekers coming from Dorito, going all the way to the back of the base, which I find incredible that he managed to put them there, but it's only a few. He's not going to be able to do much with them, but he does gain some scouting information, which is going to be good for him. Gets a bit of a layout of the base there, and the unit composition, so perhaps he'd be able to try and push back this force that's going to be rapidly approaching his encampment. But who knows? Wow, okay, never mind. He's going to be actually making a lot of Seekers, which I don't think is very efficient against Scorpion tanks that have auto-loader upgrade already on there. And we'll be having the consecrated shells that'll be coming online very shortly as well, because why have one upgrade when you can have both? I think this beam is actually to put shields on the vehicles, yeah. I keep thinking that's an EMP beam, because it's exactly the same effect, but that is actually to put shields on the units. Wow, okay, how the tables turn. With the shields and the combined force of the stasis shield, we do have a very large force of Screen forces completely demolishing and scattering the forces of the Scorpion tanks by Lumos, and he's going to be dispatching the ones in the shield pretty quickly. And we also did some tiny descents to join the battle as well. How cute. Yeah, they just get slaughtered. Like they're getting anally raped right now. It's pretty serious. You know it's serious. I mean, look at it. Look at these little bastards. They're chasing after him like nobody's business. Yikes. You won't want to have them staring at you in the morning. Anyway, at the bottom we do see some action. Ooh, a flame tank. Finally we get to see a flame tank on the field for once. I mean, Black Hand is notorious for having purifying flame tanks, and he does in fact... Yes? No, he doesn't. That's not purifying flame. He hasn't got it yet. Yeah, because it says research at the Shrine of War. He hasn't got it yet, so that's a normal flame tank, which is surprising, but I'm assuming if he's getting a flame tank out, he should be getting purifying flame. Oh, that's a tip vein detonation. I think that's probably coming from Dorito, because there's no way that Lumos will be able to do that to himself. That's just suicide. But yeah, that's a tip vein detonation. Pretty serious. Does actually get a no, he doesn't get any harvesters. Interesting. But the Scorpion tanks will be dealing with those little few alien units that were assaulting near the refinery. The Seekers and the Disintegrators are going to be piling up around the portal, going to be regrouping. Probably should put some Gunwalkers near them. Yeah, okay, there's the first Gunwalker coming from the Warp Sphere over there. And the Scorpion tanks and some more Raider Buggers going to come from the north as well. So he's going to be boxing a little bit. We do have the Hive trying to get rid of these Confessor squads. Also have a Gunwalker going to be trying to shred those infantry forces. Does get taken down pretty rapidly. There are quite a few Rockington Doctrine, and we have a couple of buzzers here. So yeah, it's just be too much for the infantry to handle, it seems. So he won't. Lumos will not be advancing around that corner anytime soon. And this giant anti-vehicle force has actually seemed to dispatch these Scorpion tanks quite quickly. So that's pretty good for him. He will be pushing Lumos back. No second upgrades yet, which I think is a bit of a mistake, but You know, he's pretty busy. He's a busy man. He's definitely a busy man. We do have a tech lag going up there. In fact, that's where the consecrated shells come from. Yeah, okay, that's where the upgrade comes from. We do have a tech lag going up. More scorpion tanks being made. The construction yard is going to be put forward a bit closer to the tip field, so he is planning to harvest from that field. We're going to be having an attack coming from Dorito. Not really that successful. Too many units on the front lines for Dorito to handle. The scorpion tanks from Lumos are going to be quickly dispatching these seekers and descents. I mean, the descents are being dealt with the scorcher buggies, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's a good force, good combination. A little force being made by Dorito going around the bottom of the map, but they probably will be dispatched really quickly. Although, maybe not if this base doesn't have any defenses. Yeah, that could be pretty good actually. Dorito could get some good damage on this actually, considering that this area of the base does not have any defenses. He really could do some nice damage here. You should do something before the Rocket and Doctor and get like piled up on your forces, mate. But here comes an attack from Lumos finally on the main base of Dorito. He's going to be annihilating these power plants. All of the Seekers and Descents are going to be moving forward up to the top. The Seekers are going to be trying to kill the Scorcher Buggies, and the Descents are going to be trying to kill the Scorpion tanks here. And it seems like they're going to be effectively dispatching them at the moment, but the units are being grouped together, which is a bit worrying. But maybe not too worrying, because the Scorpion tanks are retreating for now. Dorito's going to be buying himself more time, but it looks like he's going to be slowly boxed into his base, which is a bit worrying for him. He's going to need to try and think of a way to claim the middle tip field. I mean, well, he does, but it's only with a harvester, and there will be some reinforcements coming from Lumos. Going to be trying to reinforce this area because wow, Dorito really on that harvester. He might get it actually. He just won't get it, I don't think, because there's just too many units. Here come the tanks as well. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, he just gets it, but I don't think that's a great trade there. However, he does get a second one and a third one with the disintegrators on the Tiberium field. The Scorpion tank's lashing out quickly, but you know it's really too late. We do have a lot more Rocket the Doctrines being paired with a second group of Confessors down at the bottom of the refinery, though. They're going to be advancing towards the group of Seekers and Disintegrators. They will be dispatching them so quickly. No anti-infantry forces in that force there, but it will be the Seekers and Descents are going to be rapidly going towards the Scorpions to try and be more effective there. You know, instead of wasting away to the infantry, Dorito's going to make the decision to go after the Scorpions, which is a good play there, but they are going to be chased by the infantry, which is a bit of a shame because he's going to lose quite a lot of forces actually. Scorpions are going to be the Scorpion tanks are going to be moving back in towards the force here, and they're going to be boxed right up against the ridge, and I think they're just all going to die, to be honest, because there's just too many anti-vehicle forces. That infantry was the killing blow, it seems, but the one leech there will not be doing anything, neither will the couple of gunwalkers. He needs more anti-infantry forces. He has some corruptors or something, or like use your buzzer power, but this is a pretty big force, and I think Dorito is at a losing battle. He's not just doesn't have the unit composition that he needs to deal with the infantry and the vehicles. He needs something else, like maybe not even something powerful, but if he had enough buzzards or gunwalkers or anything, he could have really done some damage. But it looks like Lumos is slowly chewing through Dorito's defenses, and it really won't be long before he manages to get a foothold in and destroy the drone platform and come in and finish off the rest of the base, because there just aren't any gravity stabilizers around to rebuild the drone platform once it's lost. So I think it's it for Dorito on this game, honestly. He just doesn't have enough firepower. I honestly think he doesn't. This infantry is a really big problem, and he really needs to stop training so many anti-vehicle units and just get some more gunwalkers at the very least, you know? That's all you need at the very beginning. And get some buzzers, maybe pair them with that, because even at the very least, if the gunwalker dies, the buzzer will get free, and then you can micro them around and possibly get a few more kills before that buzzer dies. But yeah, it's too much of a focus on anti-vehicle, and that's probably what lost Dorito the game. So Lumos will be winning this one quite comfortably now that he's got a foothold into Dorito's base. And yeah, this is the fifth game. Fifth game? This is the fourth game, I'm pretty sure, but I will check. There we go. Dorito is now gone again, and it seems like Lumos will indeed be winning this set, which is quite sad because for Dorito, because you know he could have won it. You know he definitely could have won it, but Lumos, wow, going for the pretty much the second most OP faction in the game. Anyway, on to the next game, my dudes. On Smash Dust Bowl, we are here for the penultimate game. I have seen that there are 2 more games, so you know what that means, because this is a best of 5, and you know, it's probably obvious who's going to win this game and the next game, but, you know, I'm not going to directly say it. But we are going to be having Smash Dust Bowl as the map played today, which is a map that's not really played that often. So I'm pretty happy to see this version of Dust Bowl being played. It's quite a cool concept, to be honest, because, you know, the design, it does have that sort of rugged design. Dust Bowl was already a rough diamond anyway, but this does amplify that feeling. And, you know, it's more of a, it looks more abandoned than the original. And this is also playing off more of the original map. Not quite though, but it's almost, because these tip spikes have been moved closer to, slightly closer, like an inch or two closer to the bases of each player. As you can see, they're not quite in the middle; they're not quite aligned. But in the original, they are the same vertical position on the map. But it's slightly better chances of getting a tip spike on this map, which is good. But it still allows for the other players to be able to go around and snatch the tip spike if the other player isn't really on point, which is, I think, a good compromise compared to the original and the no poker ones. So that's what I like as well. Anyway, now we'll be introducing the players. There is some action at the top here. We will be having a Confessor and a Scorcher Buggy trying to take down that power plant. But we do have Dorito playing as the Blue Messenger 8 again, and we have in the top position, and in the bottom position we have some action with the Seeker and a few attack bikes. Oh, that's a nice attack bike. The Confessor is even riding it even. Would you look at that? But anyway, we have Lumos playing as the Red Black Hand, and he's going to be in the bottom position. So yeah, he's already made his move into Dorito's base, and he's going to be slaughtering. I would like to say he's slaughtering, but he's not really, because there's not really much firepower going on. But he is going to be doing some damage towards that power plant. Not quite getting it, though. But he will be, he might swoop round and get it later. Who knows, because he doesn't seem like Dorito's repairing that immediately. And we do have some more fire onto the left side. Oh yeah, here comes a classic bike buggy combo, and Lumos immediately goes towards the expansion spot, tries to get as much damage as possible with the attack bikes. I don't think he won't be quite getting that, but it's very close. The Seekers will be efficiently dispatching these bikes here, and they're going to be going through the entire base. Lumos almost losing all of his bikes here, and yeah, even the buggy almost goes down as well. But that was almost a really good play there. It does at least put some pressure on his opponent, and if he can, he'll be probably swoop by later and get that as well. It is near a war factory, though. Just generally what you should do, if you're going to be making an expansion, to have the refineries near the war factories is good, because after an attack like that, you want to be able to repair your harvesters as quickly as possible, because they will just pass by the war factory anyway, because it's their pathfinding, so you don't necessarily need to focus on putting them next to the structure itself. But here, at the bottom here, we're going to be having a lot of Seekers and some Scorpion tanks fighting it out over Dorito's spawn point. And yeah, it looks like the Dorito isn't going to be having too much luck, not going to be penetrating enough into the defenses of Lumos's base. And I didn't even mean that as a sexual way, but you know, everybody likes some penis in the morning, except for me. It's actually night, and it's probably 10 o'clock, to be honest. But the Seekers are going to be going around. They're going to be persistent things, and they're going to be going around the bottom, perhaps. Yes, they are. Okay, so they're going to be going around like that. Pretty cool. The Scorpion tanks are going to be scooted away to the expansion here. They're probably going to be necking the Harvester that was attacked earlier on in the match. We do have some Seekers going to be going onto the left here, but they'll probably be dispatched because Lumos already knows that they're there. But the Seekers laughably reversing into the vehicles here, but luckily that wasn't a Scorpion tank, so we can pretty easily dispatch these Harvesters here. We do have more attack bikes on the left side of the map. A few Seekers guarding the Harvesters here. The main base being attacked by all these Scorcher buggies. Not really doing much damage there. They probably were some other units there as well, but you know, they probably got killed before I saw that. And oh dear, Lumos quitting. Wow. Okay, I don't think he had enough money to actually continue this. That was pretty quick. Wow. Okay. I actually would have thought he would have built that up, because he was still managing to defend the base pretty well. But then again, just before we went back on Dorito's base, Lumos was being attacked and all of his Harvesters died. So I'm pretty sure he didn't have enough money, and he couldn't, like, if he wanted to make more Harvesters, he would have to sell a lot of his base. So I think that was just a losing point for him. He just focused too much on the attack bikes. Didn't have enough units defending the base, and that just killed him. But here we go. On to the final game, everybody. And this is going to be the last match of this video. Alright, Tournament Tower. The last game to end off this video. To end off this series of games. The next one will be coming in a few days. I'll actually be recording this today. And possibly the next, the final round of this tournament. The day after. Because like tomorrow I'm going to be doing stuff. But this is going to be the last match for this video. And we are on Tournament Tower. This is the official Tournament Tower. And already Lumos has actually taken the structure here. And as you can see, he's a GDI faction. So let's just go quickly see what faction he really is. And by the Mutant Marauders, you might know who he is. In fact, the Harvester gives it away. We have Lumos playing as a Red Steel Talons for this match. I just spat on my screen. That's pretty disgusting. And we do have Dorito sticking with Messenger 8. That is one thing that I love about Dorito. He sticks with his goddamn faction to the end. So he can just blame it on being a skill issue and not being the faction being bad, because he's lost almost every game with this faction, but he's still stuck with it. So no matter how many games he'll lose, he will still keep playing it. And that is dedication, you know. That's not something I do because you want to try and change. If something's not working for you, you should go and change how you're playing. But no, not this person, because he knows he can still win. And he knows he likes the faction. But, you know, it's the last game. And we probably all know who's going to be winning this game, honestly. But yeah, Dorito going to be playing as a Blue Messenger 8 in the bottom position. Lumos is going to be taking that window of opportunity and garrisoning that middle structure, that giant Tiberium Logistics Center in the middle of the map. How do I know it's a logistics center? Because that's what it says over here. So there you go. So yeah, this is, again, as I keep saying, in basically every video that I cover Tournament Tower on, you want to do this just for scouting. It's a really good opportunity to try and get into that structure before your opponent does. It's what you should do on Tournament Tower. If you do nothing else, you get this structure. It's really, really helpful. Anyway, Lumos is really going to rapidly go up to this point here, and he's going to be making a lot of Titans, which is 2. 2 is a lot, you know. A lot of firepower, yeah, but not that many Titans. Okay, there's the third one. He's going to be making quite a few Titans, and obviously, you can't have Titans without Wolverines. And I'm pretty sure you can't have Wolverines without AP ammo. So that's me basically telling you how I think it's going to go. Because why else would it go anywhere different? You know, because it's ludicrous that you'd have Wolverines without the upgrade and you'd have Titans without the Wolverines. Because they just make such a good combo together. Especially that Titans can crush small vehicles as well. And sometimes you don't really have access to aircraft that early in the game. So Titan Wolverine combo is amazing. But yeah, the Devourer tanks from Dorito will be doing quite a bit of damage to these Titans here. And they will be going down pretty quickly. And will be saving that expansion narrowly from a very, very bad fate. But it's only one Titan though. Could have done with taking out the other Titan if he could, because that would have been a better trade for him. But at least he was able to push them back for at least a little bit. So, you know, if he can get out some more Devourer tanks, that'll be great. He'll be able to quickly deal with that. Ooh, okay. There's me rambling, you know. I'm completely missing this attack coming from Dorito. He probably went along the bottom of the map and emerged at the spawn point, Tiberium field, to kill the Harvesters. I don't even know if he did. I think, yeah, he actually did. He actually managed to kill the Harvesters over there. So, well done for him. But I don't think that'll last for very long. Because he's quickly going to get swarmed by all these Titans coming in. One of them being destroyed. Corruptor's not able to heal fast enough and end up sacrificing themselves to the Titans. 3 Devourer tanks up on the field now. He needs to charge them up immediately. And obviously we have the Watchtower to deal with any stragglers coming from the portal there. The Devourer tanks themselves getting demolished. Taking out a couple of Titans on the way, but not at all enough to deal with this massive, massive hit on his base. There's just no way he's going to be able to defend against this, even with a War Factory on the top there. There's just no way. So yeah, he's pretty dead at this point. Here comes the Wolverines going straight through the base. Chads, absolute chads. that Thor factory is probably going to be training a lot more Wolverines, because APM with Wolverines, they do their own spectacular amount of damage, but obviously they're going to be paired with more Titans, so, you know, it's just, Lumos is just going to jizz all over them out with Titans and Wolverines. We're just never going to hear the end of it, and Dorito is just going to be burdened with the fate of, he's just been covered in the good white stuff. But anyway, yeah, he's not going to be able to get rid of all these Wolverines and Titans, I don't think. He's just not got enough units. And here comes another Devourer tank, but again, doesn't have enough. I think he probably should switch to Seekers, honestly. There are less Wolverines on the field, but the Wolverines will still shred any disintegrators that come up. You need to train loads for those Wolverines to be destroyed. But yeah, I mean, there's no use. He's not going to be able to penetrate the Wolverines quite enough, but Lumos, on the other hand, is on a massive advantage here, and he honestly thinks that he's going to be winning this game quite quickly. So we can safely assume that it's going to be Lumos that's going to be getting these games forward, and he's going to be winning all of this. Yeah, there we go. He's gone. He's absolutely gone. That was pretty brutal. I mean, that's one of the reasons Steel Talons are so powerful. But yeah, Dorito just kept training Devourer tanks. That's why Lumos won. He just kept putting on the pressure. If he let Dorito put out that many Devourer tanks, even put out even more, he would have lost. But he didn't, and he won. And, you know, Lumos won, and that's the reason why. Devourer tanks, if they are in numbers, they would have really shredded through that force. But Lumos didn't back off the pressure, and, you know, he won in that way, because Dorito could not match the production speed, and he couldn't take down the Titans fast enough. So, yeah. Pretty good play from Lumos. Well done for winning the semi-finals. So, hopefully, I'm really hoping in a few days you will see the finals of the One Vision tournament, because as I've not mentioned this because I didn't want to get in the way of the cast, despite my awful jokes. You know, actually all of them were not funny. I must admit, I am bad among us. But there is a Tiberium Wars tournament that has been made. It's a $1,000 tournament. I'm not joking. In case you somehow have not heard about it, a $1,000 prize pool tournament hosted on Game Replays. I will be really making sure I am alive and casting that as much as I can. So, before, you know, I say anything else, I'm going to do a shameless advertisement of my social media, and I'm going to say that you will find me streaming that very tournament on Game Replays, that the link of which will be in the description, on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/modproductions. I do stream there occasionally. I'm not great at streaming, but I will be definitely trying to make sure I will be streaming this event, because it is huge. It is about time that the overlords of Command Post should be taken down in favor of Game Replays, because Game Replays have been lacking content for ages, and this is about a time for Tiberium Wars to be revived again. So put down your GDI nod flags and raise up your Game Replays flags, because for God's sake, this is going to be huge, and I hope you're all going to be there, because I am definitely going to be there. I'm going to shove away my family. I'm going to lock myself in my closet, and I'm going to lock myself in my wardrobe, rather. I'm going to get this tournament over and done with, because it's huge. Anyway, now with that out of the way, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'll see if I can get this the finals out quickly, because, you know, even though I've got stuff to do, I really want this done and over with, because I just don't upload videos regularly enough, and there's always been a problem for me. I apologise. Hopefully this has been good enough, and I've rambled on enough, and I'll just say thank you very much for watching. If you're still here afterwards, then that's great. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And enjoy. I'll let you look at the links down in the description below, because it's pretty huge. And I'm hoping that you're going to be at the $1,000 tournament, because it's massive. It makes my heart sing, personally. But for the last time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.